Okay, I don't know about you, but I gotta say, I wake up most days with a like low level depression almost. Um, and this is definitely much improved now. But I remember years ago when it was hard for me to like get out of bed for sure. I would get up very late. um, I think it's a weird feeling if I follow it down all the way. Really, it's like it's a drag. It's heavy. The whole idea of a day is heavy. It's like, oh my god, I have to do a day. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I gotta, whatever. Go to school. I gotta go to work. Oh, look at this stuff I have to do today. Oh, it's just like that kind of feeling. Just like, oh my god. My guess is a lot of people wake up with this kind of feeling. So I'm not talking about like clinical depression where you don't get out of bed like all day, cancel everything. That's the extreme version of this, where you're debilitated. And a lot of people suffer from that, are on meds for that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the underlying kind of like depression that seems like a lot of us have. If you look around, look at everybody's mood. Um, and that's after they had their coffee, you know what I mean? Like, what about before they had their coffee? Speaking of coffee, so it feels like to me in the morning, it feels like the first order of business is to hammer away at this, what I think is like an inappropriate, basically, like negative feeling, negative outlook for this day. What's wrong with this day? Look at it. Something wrong? Something wrong with it? I don't see anything wrong. You know what I mean? Most days I'm not dealing with something terrible that I like need to be afraid of or anxious about or feeling negative about. I just don't. If you really look at it, like even if you have something hard at work or at school, you got a test, whatever, is that really something to feel so negatively about? It just, to me, it doesn't seem, right. Somehow. It's out of touch. At least in my case, I know it's out of touch. I can talk about me, not about you. Maybe you do have it really hard, you have a hard test, you have a hard day at work, whatever, we get it. But for me, it's like, I consider my days to be pretty okay. And the feeling is not, it's like unfounded. So that's why I want to talk about it. I love talking about things that are what I call sort of insane. Because they don't make sense. Maybe they did. So this feeling probably made sense at a certain point. Like, for instance, I mean, if I think back, probably high school, this feeling made sense. Man, I was, especially my last year of high school, after my siblings had left to go to college, alone in the house with a parent who was a bit of a wild card, let's put it that way. And I didn't want to get up, like face that, day in, day out, not know what to do with it, not have words for it, not know who to talk about it with. There it makes sense. You don't want to get up. You want to, like, hide away in the morning. You want to stay up really late because you don't want the next day to come. That's how it was for me, for sure. Like I used to stay up super late, which doesn't help with getting up in the morning, obviously. Um, Stay up so late. Was it because I was having the greatest time on earth? Late at night? No, not really. I wasn't doing anything. Um, I didn't want like the day to be over. I didn't want the next day to come, which I would consider that a big sign of actual depression. Um, you just don't want you want to hold on to this, and you're like the future's where you're at. The idea of a new day is actually negative. This is why we have like I don't know. I think we hear in various places, morning whatever rituals to get you into like the mood a little bit. Gratitude practice, whatever you got to do, you know. And I remember making like a policy for myself that I would do something that I actually enjoyed, no matter what it was, first thing in the morning, just to try to get me excited or something positive, not negative. So I remember long ago, that was actually playing Zelda, the video game. I would get up early in the morning, have some coffee, and I was not like 13. I was older. I was like 30 or whatever, I want to say. I just wanted to do something to get me going. Something I actually didn't feel bad about doing. Not doesn't have to be constructive. Um, I look back on that. I like it. I like that idea. It has to be fun for you. You know what I mean? Um, for me now, it's make coffee, sit here, gather my thoughts, listen to some spiritual gurus. Um, and then I feel way better, man. My mood shifts. My outlook changes completely. From feeling heavy, slightly overwhelmed by some nebulous whatever, the day, responsibilities, which I do have, shifts to, man, this is totally doable. Even easy. Like, what is there to complain about? I don't have anything to complain about. A little bit of gratitude comes in. It's a shift, and I have to do this every morning, basically. Really, every morning. But you really wonder, like, what the hell is the deal with this? Why do I wake up feeling like there's something wrong every day? Because I could just as easily just skip that stage and be like, okay, great, cool, another day. Let's get warmed up. Let's do this. Like, there's no reason I can't just skip the crap, the negativity. There's nothing going on that warrants it. So I think that it's just not sane. And I can feel that now. I don't get like that lost in it anymore. I know how to get out of it. So it doesn't stay with me for very long. But it used to, for real. Like, I remember in college, oh my God. College, I used to go to bed at like 3 a.m. or whatever, and then have class at 8:30 a.m. And I would often miss that class, of course. It was ancient Greek or something. Or I would get up and be like, if there was a test, get up and like eat a freaking like brownie on the way over. Like, and try to, ridiculous. In any case, but that's college. You do fun stuff when you're younger. Yeah. In any case, I just think it's interesting, this like negativity that doesn't seem to be rooted in anything. It's more like a structural like negativity of my something in there. So I don't know if you feel something similar, but if I really look back honestly, it's there. It's there a lot of the time, even during the day when it's like a little bit more low level. Sometimes it's complaining voice is my companion. I just know now more that that guy's an idiot. And there's another voice talking to. Uh, in any case, wishing you well. Thanks.